Morning students. So now today our discussion about relative motion in one dimension. So what is relative motion? Relativeness means in physics everything is relative, nothing is absolute. Even your position or your mass, your length, whatever it may be, everything are relative. Of course, motion is also relative. Relative means comparing the property or quality or physical quantity of one body with another body. It is called relativeness. In relative motion, the motion of a body while comparing with the motion of another body, that means velocity of one body with respect to another body, acceleration of one body with respect to another body. Here actually to discuss relative motion, generally we need frame of reference. What is a frame of reference? A frame of reference is nothing but a coordinate system. A coordinate system from which motion can be described. Means if a car is in motion on a horizontal road and if you are sitting in the car, then you are observing the motion of the car. The car itself a frame of reference, and if the car is in motion on a horizontal road and you are observing the motion of the car from the balcony of your house, then your balcony is the frame of reference. Means from where you are describing the motion, it is the frame of reference. If you are describing the motion of a rocket from the laboratory, then the laboratory frame of reference. So likewise, frame of reference is nothing but a coordinate system. What a coordinate system need? It need x, y, z axis, rectangular coordinate system. So if you stand on a road, it contains x-axis and y-axis, means it is a plane. So you can say it as a coordinate system. Then if you are standing on a road and observing the motion of vehicles, then that road is a coordinate system. So xy coordinate system, xyz coordinate system from which you can describe motion. So that is frame of reference. Generally, these frames of reference are two types. One is inertial and another is non-inertial. Inertial frame of reference, non-inertial frame of reference. So a frame of reference, that means a coordinate system. Maybe it may be classroom, laboratory, or your balcony, your terrace of the house, whatever it may be. If it is at rest, means if you are observing the motion in a frame which is at rest or which is moving with constant velocity, means acceleration 0. If you are moving, if you are sitting in a moving car with a constant velocity and you are observing a boy is throwing the ball, they are playing cricket, you are observing the boy throwing a ball, then you are in the car which is moving with constant velocity means their acceleration is 0, and you are observing that the boy is throwing a ball. Then this frame which is moving with constant velocity, it is known as inertial frame of reference. And non-inertial frame, the coordinate system from which you are observing the motion, where the motion can be described. So if it is a frame having an acceleration, then it is said to be non-inertial frame of reference. That frame is said to be non-inertial frame of reference. Means generally non-inertial frames means they contains acceleration. Means you are sitting in a car whose velocity may gradually increases or gradually decreases. It is a non-inertial frame. And similarly, if you are sitting in a rotating turntable, if there is a turntable or a giant wheel, so all rotating frames, so these are all acceleration frames, means non-inertial frames. So here the frames means from where you are observing the motion. So that frame, if it contains acceleration, then it is said to be non-inertial frame of reference. So basically inertial and non-inertial frames of reference. Here when you are describing the motion in a frame, then you are describing the motion of another body. Another body may be discussed as another frame. Means if you are sitting in a moving bus and another bus is moving ahead of you, then that bus is also another frame. And for person standing on the road, he is in ground frame. So the person standing on the road is in ground frame and he observes the velocity of the bus, means velocity of the bus with respect to ground frame. Similarly, if a boat is in motion in a river, then the boat velocity is known by the river. River is also flowing. River also contains velocity. If river moves with constant speed, river flow is constant speed. And from that river frame, boat velocity is known. And if you are standing on the bank of the river and again you are observing the boat speed, then that boat speed is with respect to ground. Here you are observing boat speed, but it is in two cases. One is from river frame, another is from ground frame. From river frame, river knows the real velocity of boat. If boat is started with 10 km per hour, then river knows boat starts with 10 km per hour. But for a ground frame, river may also flowing in the direction of boat. River velocity may added up with boat. Then for the ground frame person, boat velocity may appear more. So likewise, from one frame of reference, velocity is one value. From another frame of reference, the same boat may have another velocity. So here the velocities are distinguished by frame. So here frame of reference is must needed to describe the motion. So where what we discussed so far, from ground frame, boat velocity is different. From river frame, boat velocity is different. Means here the motion of the boat is relative. It is relative with respect to river, it is relative with respect to ground. Likewise, here the velocities or the motion of any body can be described from another body or another frame. That is relative motion. Now here we discuss about that relative motion in one dimension. Let us take very simple example what you already observed. You may observe this example frequently. If you are traveling in a bus and that bus is moving with a velocity Va, which you can assume as 60 km per hour, and another bus is overtaking this one with a speed 80 km per hour in the same direction. Now, for the person sitting in bus A, he observes bus B. As you sit in a bus and observes the motion of another bus, what you feel? The second bus appears to move slowly while it is overtaking your bus. Actually, second bus moves with a speed 80 km per hour. First bus moves with a speed 60 km per hour. For a person standing on the road, he can observe bus A speed with 60 and bus B speed with 80. Why? Because he is at rest. He is not having any velocity. He is on the ground. So he can observe these velocities. But for the person in A, when he observes the speed of the bus B, then he finds that bus B is overtaking A with the difference speed. He observes that bus B is having only 20 km per hour. Why? Because since he is already having 60, then bus B is also having 60 plus 20. So we can say as this is having 60, again bus B is also having 60 plus 20. When these speeds are equal, 60 and 60, they may travel parallel. They may travel parallel since they are having same velocity. If they have 60, 60, then for the person in A, he observes that B is at rest because with respect to him, he is also sitting beside in the bus B, and he appears as that he is at rest since both are having same velocity. There is no difference in velocity, so both appears are at rest with respect to each other. Now when B is having additional 20 km per hour velocity, then A observes that B is moving with a speed of 20 km per hour than A. Why? Because here with respect to A we are observing B, but not from the ground. So when A observes, A finds that B is moving only with 20 km per hour. That means velocity of B as observed by A, which is VB minus VA, that is 80 minus 60, which is 20 km per hour. That means here velocity of B with respect to A. When we are writing relative velocities, it is accustomed to represent the velocity of body which is to be determined, that is first one, and with respect to the body which you are determining, that is second one. So here how we read this term? Velocity of B with respect to A, that is VB minus VA. Now for A, with respect to A, B appears that moving with 20 km per hour. But with respect to ground, if we write the same, velocity of B with respect to ground, which is velocity of B is 80 and velocity of ground is 0. That means it is 80. So here velocity of B minus velocity of ground. So every time when you are writing relative velocity in one dimension and when the bodies are moving in the same direction, then velocity of B with respect to A can be written like this. Now, about A, when you are observing the velocity of A from B. So, very simple example which as you observed earlier, that when you are in a moving bus and on either side of the road you may identify electric poles or tall trees, palm trees are there. So when you are moving in a bus, then if you look at outside, there the electric poles are appeared to run back. Actually electric poles stand there. They are always at rest. But for a person moving in a bus, what he finds that these poles are moving back with the same speed as that bus is moving. If bus is moving with 60 km per hour and when you are looking outside to the poles, then the poles appear to be moved back with the same velocity. So actually poles are not moving, you are in moving frame, and when you are observing that electric poles, they appear to move back. That is the relative motion. That is the relative motion. That means what is the speed of that pole? When you are moving in this bus, speed of pole is velocity of pole with respect to bus. So if you write for a pole, here pole is, this is the pole and you are in a moving bus. Now velocity of bus is Vb and velocity of pole, it is actually at rest. It is actually at rest. Now velocity of pole with respect to the bus, which is velocity of pole minus velocity of bus. Velocity of pole is 0 minus velocity of bus, let it be 60. Just an example only. Then this is minus 60. Velocity of pole with respect to bus is minus 60. Why? Why? Because since bus is moving in this direction and the direction we are considering it as positive, and when you observe the pole from bus, then the pole appears to be go back, means it is moving in opposite direction. That's why its velocity is minus, negative sign, because it is moving, it is appeared to moving in opposite direction. So this is minus 60. So velocity of pole with respect to bus is minus 60. So likewise here when we compare these two bodies which are in motion, now here we wrote velocity of B with respect to A. If you want to write velocity of A with respect to B, velocity of A with respect to B, then what we have to write? Velocity of A minus velocity of B. So for the person, velocity of A with respect to B means for the person in B, bus B, when he observes the motion of A, velocity of A appears for the person B as, since he is moving with 80, bus A is moving with 60, then what he finds? Bus A is lagging by a speed 20 than bus B. Bus A is lagging by a speed 20 than B. Means here B finds that A is going back. Actually A is also moving in the same direction. The person on the ground can observe it. But for B, what it appears is when B is overtaking A, it is a common example what you can observe really. When this bus is moving with 80 and when it is overtaking A, then A appears that it is moving back as observed from B, because here A is having a velocity which is less than 20 by B. That means here we can write velocity of A as 60, B as 80, then velocity of A with respect to B, that is minus 20. What are these VA, VB? These are the velocities of bus A and B. Actually, what I told, there is no absolute values. There is no absolute values. Then how can you say velocity of A itself, velocity of B itself? Because A could not describe its motion by its own. Here VA means simply when we are writing VBG. So since ground is at rest, then on the ground frame bus is moving. So ground knows its velocity. Ground knows its velocity. Since ground is at rest, this is VB. Then VBG is equal to VB. Then what is this VB, VA? VA, VB are the velocities of the buses with respect to ground frame, since they are on the ground frame. They are moving on the road. Road means ground frame. That's why here velocity of A, velocity of B, when we ideally mention these terms, that means they are on the ground and these velocities are with respect to ground. So that we need not to mention these VBG or VAG particularly. We can directly write VA, VB. When the physical quantities are mentioned as VA, VB alone, that means they are mentioned with respect to ground frame. Okay. Then with respect to each other. So how to write? VBA, VB minus VA, VAB, VA minus VB. When they are in the same direction, traveling in the same direction. If they travel in opposite direction, remember, when they travel in same direction, velocity of one body with respect to another body. This is the method to write. And now when they are moving in opposite direction, how to write these terms? So here if we take opposite direction, then let us take A is moving in the same direction, VA, which is 60 km per hour. B is moving in opposite direction. Now, since velocity of body B is reversed, so we have to take this direction, negative x direction. So, as we know that in positive x direction, the values are taken to be positive based on direction, and in negative x direction, the values are taken to be negative. Since velocity is a vector, it is a direction dependent one. So when direction is reversed, then negative sign is to be taken. So here VB is equal to minus VB, since it is in negative direction. So why this bar is, it is a vector. So generally vectors are represented with bars. So here this is minus VB, means this is minus 80. Now in general terms, what we generally observe when two buses are moving in opposite directions, what you generally observe when you are in one bus and another bus is coming in opposite direction, then what you feel? Generally that bus crosses with some more speed. Why? Actually, let us take, if you are moving in a bus which is moving with some 60 and the opposite bus is only just moving with some 20, then for the ground frame person, he observes the same, means the second bus with 20, first bus with 60. But for the person who is in 60 km per hour bus, he observes that opposite bus is moving with more than 20. Why? Because when this bus is in opposite direction, his velocity is also be added, so that it appears that it is moving with more velocity. So similarly here also, when VB is moving in opposite direction, then velocity of B with respect to A. When A observes, B is moving in this direction. So, its direction is negative. Even for A, when he observes, B doesn't appear that it is moving in the same direction. Since it is moving in opposite direction, for A also, it appears as that it is moving in the same direction, opposite direction. But, values. VBA, how to write VBA? VB minus VA. So, VB, which is again minus VA. Since this direction is negative, minus VB minus VA. That means minus of VB plus VA. That is minus 80 plus 60. That is minus 140 kilometer per hour. So here VBA means velocity of B with respect to A minus means B appears that it is traveling in opposite direction for A. Since A direction is taken as positive, so B direction is negative. Then the value is 140. Why? Because when B is in opposite direction, with respect to A, it appears that it is moving with more velocity than 80. That means 140. Then for A, with respect to B, what about A? Here, with respect to B, velocity of A with respect to B, how to write? VA minus VB is negative. Since it is in opposite direction, it is negative. So, 60 minus 80, which is 140. That means velocity of A as observed from B. When B observes, B is moving in this direction. When B observes, A moves in the same direction. So its direction is positive with respect to B also. But the velocity magnitude, what happened? Velocity of A with respect to B, magnitude is increased 140. But for the person on the ground, he observes that A is moving with 60 in this direction, B is moving with 80 in this direction, opposite direction. So for the person on the ground, he observes the same. But with respect to each other, when they are moving in same direction, when they are moving in opposite direction, so these are the formulae. This is relative motion. That means here some A is moving and B is also moving. Now B is ahead of A. B is moving with 80. A is moving with 60. Now A velocity is to be increased by 20. Then it can maintain the same displacement. Because when both comes to 80, then they travels equal distances. So the relative separation will be equal. If A is moving with 60 and B is lagging behind by A and moving with speed 80, now there may occur a collision. To avoid the collision, what to do? So relative motion concepts involve such type of problems. Generally, relative motion means velocity of one body with respect to another. Here we are discussing only in one dimension. Again, this relative motion involves in two dimension. We will discuss it later after having a discussion on vectors. Thereafter, we will discuss relative motion in two dimension. Here, our discussion we are restricting to one dimension only. So again, when two bodies are moving in the same direction, velocity of B with respect to A, VB minus VA. Velocity of A with respect to B, VA minus VB. when they are moving in opposite direction, velocity of B with respect to A minus VB plus VA, velocity of A with respect to B, VA plus VB. So these are the expressions you have to remember while solving the problem. Similarly, we can write for accelerations also. Acceleration of A with respect to B, acceleration of B with respect to A. Just differentiating velocity, what we get? Acceleration. So the same terms which is replaced with acceleration. AB minus AA, AA minus AB, like that. Here acceleration is replacing velocity. That's it. We can write for accelerations also. And when A is 80 meters ahead of B, if A is going, B is lagging behind by A, then 80 meters is there. It is called relative separation. With respect to B, A is ahead of 80. That means that is the relative separation between the two bodies. So that is called relative separation. This is called relative velocities, and we can define relative accelerations. Means here as a whole, what is the relative means? Here with respect to one another motion. Okay, that is the relative motion, right? Here a problem based on relative motion. Two trains, each 50-meter long, are traveling in opposite directions with velocities 10 meter per second and 15 meter per second. The time of crossing is. So here two trains are moving. Generally, when we observe the case of same direction, if one bus is moving with some speed, some 60, and next to it another bus is moving some 80, if it crosses first bus, then it takes some time. Why? Because here it has to reduce the separation between them. If they are separated by some 80 meters, it has to reduce the separation between them. Then it crosses this length. Means here when this driver is here, this is the bus, and the second bus when it crosses, here is the driver of second bus, here is the driver of first bus. Then this bus has to cross this length of first bus, and when this second bus moves to this position, here he travels this distance, and then again second bus moves here. So here he has to travel this distance, and now they are equal. And when he crosses, first he has to cross from here to here. Now they are equal, and to overtake it, the second bus end part should reach here. That means again he has to travel this distance also. So that is total distance. How much relatively? Okay. Now the speed is V1 minus V2 or V2 minus V1, whatever it may be. Now when they are moving in opposite directions, here this is one train, here another train, right? Train 1, train 2. Now when they are crossing each other, here since they are in opposite direction, as we discussed, with respect to each other, when they are in opposite direction, their relative speed will be increased. Since they are in opposite direction, speeds will be V1 plus V2 as we discussed earlier. So speeds are increased, and now the distance they have to cover in order to cross each other, that is, it has to move in this direction, That means when they here it comes, and again here it comes like this. It comes like this. So here this is the points, and again this one will reach this point. That means and here this one, this end point of the train 1 may reach here. That means when they are crossing each other, first drivers of two trains are at the same position initially when they are crossing each other. Then finally drivers are in this position when they cross each other, right? Initially drivers are in these positions, finally drivers are in these positions. So when they cross each other, what the total distance relatively the two trains travels relatively with respect to each other. So separation, relative separation. When they are in opposite direction, relative separation means separation, relative distance of 1 with respect to 2. S1 minus S1 is in this direction, which is this one. Here this is S1 travel, this is S2 travel. The length of first train we can say as S1, length of second train as S2. Means here the first train has to travel a distance S2 to cross second train to travel S1 to cross first train. Now relative separation, separation of 1 with respect to 2, S1 minus S2. Why? Because S2 is in this direction, S1 is in this direction. So relative separation what we can write is S1 plus S2, means with respect to each other the separation is S1 plus S2. Then this is the relative separation. And now relative speed V1, this is relative speed for train 1 and this is for train 2 minus V2. So relative velocity V1 minus V2, which is V1 plus V2. Now you are asked to find out time. So the time is with respect to second train, velocity of first train traveled with respect to second train, distance travelled by first train. This is relative. Then the time of crossing is, time is generally distance by velocity. Generally time is distance by velocity. Here separation is S1 plus S2, velocity is V1 plus V2. We can write the formula as time is relative separation by the two bodies divided by relative velocity. Here both are in motion, so they could not find the absolute values. They can only find the relative values. So the driver 1 or driver 2 looks at the time, what time they taken to cross each other. Means in order to cross each other, what distance they travelled, first of all they find. So here when this train, here this is the portion, when it crosses D2, D1 feels that he travelled a distance D1 plus D2. Similarly D2 feels that he travelled a distance D2 plus this S2 plus S1. So for the first one S1 plus S2, second one S2 plus S1. So that are the distances they find. And the velocities what they are travelling, they feel that they have velocities V1 plus V2. Means here for second body, first body appears moving with V1 plus V2. For first body, second body appears to move with minus V1 plus V2 since direction is opposite. Likewise, here time of crossing is relative separation by relative velocity. Relative separation, which is 50 for each one, 50 plus 50, their lengths, and velocities 10 plus 15 means 100 by 25, which is 4 seconds. Okay, this is the problem based on relative velocity. Yeah, one more problem we will discuss. Here are two bodies, A and B. First, they are moving in opposite directions. A and B are moving in opposite direction. So, every 1 second, they are getting closer by 4 meters. Let us take A moves some 3 meters, B moves 1 meter. So, this is 1 meter, this is 3 meters. So, now they are moved close 4 meters in 1 second. Here time taken is 1 second and they are moving closer, relative separation between them, that is 4 meters is reduced when they are moving in opposite direction. Relative separation means separation of A with respect to B is 4 meters and time is 1 second. Then velocities VA and VB, when they are in opposite direction, relative velocities VA plus VB. When they are opposite direction, what we discussed, VAB is equal to VA plus VB. Again, they are reducing their separation by 4 meters. Means A travels, let us example, A travels some 3, B travels some 1. So, that distance is reduced by 4 meter in 1 second. If they are moving in the same direction, then here velocities are subtracted. So, here the distance, the separation is not reduced as much in the opposite direction. Since in opposite direction both are moving with velocities, then their separation will be reduced quicker. But when they are moving in the same direction, their separation will be reduced slower. So, here the relative separation between them, is 0.4 meters reduces for every 1 second. Here time also 1 second. And velocity of A with respect to B is VA minus VB. Since they are in same directions, here they are in opposite directions. Now you are asked, when they are in opposite direction, they are moving with the same velocities. When they are in the same direction, they are moving with the same velocities. When they are moving with the same velocities, means here in opposite direction A has VA, same direction A has VA. In opposite direction B has VB, in same direction B has VB. But here the distances, separations reduced. Since they are in opposite direction, it reduces quicker. So, 1 second 4 meters it is reduced. Here in 1 second it is reduced by 0.4 meters. Now, from as we wrote, time is relative separation by relative velocity. When two bodies are comparing with each other, the time taken is relative separation by relative velocity. Then here time is 1 second, relative velocity is equal to relative separation by time. So, in first case VAB, that is VA plus VB, which is 4 by 1, time is 1, 4 by 1, VAB is VA plus VB, that is VA plus VB is 4. In second case, VA minus VB, velocity, displacement, relative separation 0.4 by 1. So, VA minus VB 0.4. Now, VA plus VB for VA minus VB 0.4. Taking these two equations, 2 VA, VB will be cancelled out. 4.4 VA 2.2 meter per second. Similarly, since VA minus VB is 0.4, 2.2 minus VB is 0.4, VB is 1.8. So, when they are in opposite direction and when they are in same direction, relative separations given, time intervals given, you are asked to find out velocities. So, taking these expressions in opposite direction and same direction, you can find out VA and VB. Okay.